That's fucked up. Okay. Can you hear this now? No audio. Great, great. All right. How about now? Can you guys hear me now? So, okay, cool. All good. We are now, yes. Okay, if you guys cannot hear me at any time, just let me know. We're about to start the very first of this show, Curious, Dirty Little Secret. Hello, Trish. If you are on here, I want you to interact. This show does not work unless you interact. This is the opportunity. You do not have to tell me what it is you want to ask. If you feel like you can't, I mean, I know I love these conversations. That's what I'm here for, is to have the conversation that no one is having. You can send me a private message and I can read it out from there. Otherwise, we are going to get into some real cool, curious conversations tonight. It's going in and out. Okay. I'm just going to keep going because most people can hear. If I see more than one comment about my audio, then I'll deal with that. But yeah, it's on my AirPods. Okay, so Dirty Little Secrets Unveiled. I want to know your questions about secrets. I want to talk about secrets. I have a view about secrets. I've noticed that something that we do as human beings, and I'm very curious about this, is that we think that secrets are okay. Are secrets okay? And I want to know what your questions are around secrets, and I want to talk to that tonight. Now, for those of you jumping on, make sure that you are commenting. Like I said, if you don't want to be seen for your question, send me a private message. That's actually okay. I've got it up here. Otherwise, I am going to do my best to work out who is talking to me. Josh, you have the biggest crush on me. I was like, who's saying this stuff? Hello, Steph. Hello, Ashley. So secrets are okay or they're not? Ooh. Depends on what the secret is. Really? Are any secrets okay? Clarify secrets. Good question, Trish. So the first thing I'm going to do is share my screen, and I'm going to show you, application window. Here we go. I'm going to show you the definition of a secret. How about that? You can see some of this stuff that I'm doing here. Definition of a secret. There we go. So for those of you who asked that question, well, it depends on unknown or seen or not meant to be known or seen by others. Not known or seen or not meant to be known or seen by others. Something that is kept or meant to be kept, unknown or unseen by others. And then I had a look at the definition of hide, to put or keep out of sight. So you tell me, guys, when is it okay to do that? Depends on the motive. So we've got depending on the motive. Do you mean secrets or something you might have confided to me about? Well, is there a difference? When would it be okay and when wouldn't it be? Hey, Jess, Kate. Hey, Ashley, Kelsey, Jennifer, all of you guys. Hello, Mark, jumping on. So notice there's a whole lot of different circumstances. Here's what I'm saying. I'm saying that we actually never have to hide anything. You know, what I'm all about. What if it's organizational secrets? Brene Brown has a definition of the vault. Oh, we've got more opinions, right? For someone's safety or confidentiality. Yeah, okay, so that might work in the case of yeah, there is someone's safety or confidentiality. So many variables. But let's talk about secrets that are illegal or cover up a crime, shouldn't be kept. Government secrets, put it out there. If I'm protecting someone from being hurt, who decides who's going to get hurt and who's not? If it's because you're being a dick, then no, absolutely. Who decides if you're being a dick or not? Someone else's secret when it's not mine to share. The paradox of life. I would agree, Mark. I actually think that some people misuse information. So what we've got here, like, as you can see just from these comments, right? You know, I still know what you did last summer. Why don't you ask me questions? I'm always up for, I think that's great. Sharing your own shame is liberating. I think what makes a real big difference is if you can use me as an example. Now you sound like an existential French. I know, right? It's annoying. But what if this? But what if this? But what if this? You ask so many questions, you just end them up with questions, and then we could just go around in circles. So I'm all about, I want the world to be liberated from hiding anything. I even want the government to be liberated from hiding anything. I want the world to be liberated from hiding anything. I think, this is just me, I'm just putting it out there. I think the fact that, yeah, tell us your dirty little secrets. A few people have asked me a few, right, today. What makes a really good secret? Well, why don't we use real life examples? Do you notice how mostly what we do is create conceptual ideas? It's not okay if it's the government. It's not okay if it's this. It's not okay if it's that. It's not, but we don't talk about real situations of our own. So, yeah, if only, Ashley, right? So let's consider how we could possibly do this, right? Why don't we start to look at our own lives and where we've kept secrets and what the impact of those secrets are? Because do I have any secrets? I don't know. I possibly do. Let's have a look, Steph. Let's have a look if we can unveil what's real, whether people are really okay. I'm saying that no one is okay with secrets. I'm saying that we think it's okay. If you have a look, secrets can be simply not being honest. Yes, you have a million secrets, Trish. Now I'm really interested. Okay, I want to show you something that I noticed today as well, right? So I went, don't agree with me. Don't believe me that I think, you know, we all want this stuff to come out. How about, there we go. There's a difference between secrets and legally required confidential information. Now, if you have a look at why legally required confidential information is even, you know, legally required as confidential. Again, we've got to, I really want to step away from the concept. I want to go into the real situation and have a look at what are we talking about here? You know, of course you do, Jess. Absolutely. I like to look at it in like reality, as I put it. Nathan. We all want to hear Trish's secrets. So I'm going to show you what the internet says. This describes to me as to what is really going on. Now, whilst I'm showing you this, I want you to ask me, if you could ask me about my secrets, if you could ask me, well, let me put it this way. If you could ask me anything about what you think I might keep as a secret, I promise you I will give you an honest answer about it. But just as I'm doing this, I'm going to share with you what I found today about secrets. So when I had a look at this, I looked at quotes. This tells me what's really going on in the world, because this is the stuff that everyone puts out there. And what I found was this very interesting quote from Sigmund Freud. He that has eyes to see and ears to hear may convince himself that no mortal can keep a secret. If his lips are silent, He chatters with his fingertips. Betrayal oozes out of him at every pore. So as far as I can see, according to Freud, if you start to keep secrets, essentially you just can't hold it and you'll lose trust. So who thinks that? People will lose trust in you. If you have a look at the government, there's a lot of secrets being kept by the government. And those secrets that are kept by the government, sounds messy, agree. Those secrets that are kept by the government, if we really have a look at the situation, let's have a look at the situation, right? I'm not saying I have an answer to this. So Google secrets and dark web secrets. Okay, they're absolutely the ones I don't want to be hidden. So Jane has said, I have a friend who's fled a DV situation. I know where she is staying. I wouldn't disclose that to her violent ex-partner. Absolutely. You know, that's to do with someone's safety, right? Now, I would like to say this is the case of someone's physical safety being at risk, right? I want to put these ones aside because this is not what I'm talking about here. I'm not talking about where there's a case of violence. I'm not talking about, you know, where there's actual real violent situations. I'm talking about the everyday secret, the stuff that we think people can't handle hearing, that we don't want to tell people things. I want to talk to people about the things that are everyday, 80 percentile secrets, little things that people do not say. You know, this is not a case of keeping someone safe because of violence where there's DV orders in place. You know, we could get to the governmental level. If you really look at some of the things that they keep as secrets, I'm not so sure they should be, to be honest with you. But notice there's a, you know, I've got this giant freaking microphone here. I'm just going to put it out of the way. Notice there's a very, very long kind of thing that we use as secrets. And it's like, well, there's a secret here on the DV case that definitely, to me, sounds very warranted. But if you think about it, there's actually a whole bunch of other stuff over here that we potentially kind of just go, oh, well, because we do that, maybe we just have to do it all. All right, so let's have a look. I don't really know because I've only kept secrets to protect someone's life. Okay, well, let's have a look at that. Put that aside for now because I know exactly what you're talking about, Steph. Secrets of our own that we don't hide. I want you to consider, Steph, I'm going to say this to everyone. This is a very good point, Jane. Where do you draw the line, Jess, between physical and mental harm, where revealing someone's secret is done to bully them or shame them? This is exactly what I want to talk about. Okay, this is great. Hey, Adrian. Just notice how much we're getting like triggered by this. You know, this brings up a whole lot of stuff. So tell me, spill something you did in your early 20s. There's not really much that I wouldn't share. So something I did in my early 20s that, like, my mum knows everything. I probably wouldn't tell my dad because that's even true. He'd probably watch this. His wife is probably watching this. I did what most young people did. I did cocaine. I did it once. I tried, what else did I do? Some ecstasy for £5 over in the UK because it was cheaper than buying beer. I slept with a number of people when I was young. I just wanted to try it out and see what it was like. It's pretty rotten, actually. Figured out pretty early on that the key was not doing that. I once forged a signature on a document to get a bank account in the UK. I thought that was the only way that I was going to get a bank account. It worked. It wasn't because it was just because I found that I needed an address, and anyway, I just did that. And I was like 21. What else did I do? I can't think of anything else. There's not really much I wouldn't say. Now, this is not what obviously Jane was talking about, real. Okay, dig deeper, Jess. Let me think. Okay. You know what I was thinking about today? So I'm just going to go, deep. What's this? Well, NAB kept a dirty little secret that they were money laundering, So this is actually really important, Marilyn. I want to assert that because we live in a society where, just as you said, Jane, that we say that, oh, well, where do you draw the line between physical and mental hurt? I say that we tend to put it all together and just keep lots of secrets. And I would like to completely debunk that and say, I want to see a place, and I'm not saying that we're there yet, but I want to see a place where we get to actually be real with each other and talk about what's really going on in safe spaces. I'm not saying that we're at a place where there's safe spaces. There's absolutely not. But, there's to me, there's this like whole problem with the world about secrets. I just want to see if I can get all of this here. I don't really know because I've ever kept these secrets. Okay. Secrets, people can't handle hearing. The world is full of them at the moment. Exactly. When what I see is a bunch of people just wanting to be heard, and they can't be heard because they feel like they can't tell their real story. So they get to a point where they bubble up and just like burst. That's not okay with me. Something you did in your early 20s that I regret. Oh man, I don't regret much. Probably more hurting others, like cheating on my first girlfriend. That was probably something I really regret. I was pretty awful to her. I was 19. I do regret that. Nicole being, secret of being gay was a secret for 4 years. People hide who they really are. They keep these secrets and tell only certain people. That's just sucks. Where do you draw the line? Yeah, I got that already. When was the first time you used a sex toy? I missed that. How did I miss that? Oh my God, where are we? The first time I used a sex toy when I think I was about 10. It was a toy gun. Anyway, I hit it and didn't tell anyone. And I was like, ow. Okay, I don't know how that just happened. So where we are, for the record, Trish started this. Okay. No, Steph, that's actually a good point. I don't think you could just walk up to someone and say, blah, this happened and so on and so forth, Potentially not. But how come? It just cut out. It did. I don't know what just happened. But how come we can't do that? I mean, to be honest, I do it. I just like to see what happens when I do it. I was at a corporate event, and someone said, oh, how are you? And I was like, I'm not very good. I just broke up with my partner and I feel really sad. And everyone just stared at me. Now, I can own that, but why is it that we live in a world where we have to hide that stuff? I don't get it. Why is it that person wanted me to say, oh, I'm great, thanks, when I wasn't? And I can't go out and I need to hide that. I don't know. I'm just curious about that. We lost my screen, and right as I lost my screen, I told you I answered your question, Trish. So who do I tell my secret to? We all hear about this. So how come? I don't get why people are weird about emotions either. You know, I share vulnerably with people and I get given back silence. Like, what is that? What are we afraid? And I can even hear myself talking to myself, right? I'm going, it's no wonder that mostly we're given back this kind of awkwardness. So of course it's just easier to hide what's really happening, right? Do we need drugs, sex, and alcohol to share our secrets? It would work out. It would actually seem so. Why did I say it then? Oh, because I'm committed to being authentic and I will continue to. I don't care what responses I get. Mark, you know, I find it more, I suppose myself, my shame that people seem to be closer to me and it helps encourage them to share in the same way. I agree. So I just keep doing it. How come, Kelsey? How come people are afraid to? Well, let me ask you this, Kelsey. Why are you afraid to? I want this to get personal. Jennifer, if it's not to protect yourself or maybe them, well, is it? Do you want to protect yourself or maybe them? Why do people need protecting? Disconnected, they feel uncomfortable. Do you feel disconnected? I'm going to get deep now. If you get triggered, it's fine, but I just love having these conversations. I can also share more vulnerably these days, even if I know they're a bit weird about it, because it gives them permission on some level. I agree. That's why I could keep doing it. I figure eventually people, you know, will kind of get that this is who I am. Natalie, yes, this is why I hate going to checkouts, because they ask, how are you today? They don't really want the answer. So I'd rather avoid and lie than bad and stay in a sad mood. Right. No. Okay. Being accepted on a larger scale, maybe. Have a look. Jess, take a look around. How many people truly have emotional to deal with this from others? Jane Mary, I want to say something, and maybe you will or will not like this. I think one of the problems is that we think people don't have emotional maturity to deal with this from others. But actually, potentially, what might be going on is that we don't have we believe people don't have the emotional maturity, so we never try it out. And maybe we do it once and it doesn't work, and so we stop. And maybe, you know, I don't know, I'm just putting it out there. I'm not saying that's the truth, but if we believe that no one, oh man, if we believe that people don't have the emotional maturity, then we're never going to give it a go and we're going to keep hiding this stuff. People are used to general chit-chat and generic response. You say something different, they don't know how to take it. I'm a big one for, oh, I've been so busy when I'm actually having a shit day and I won't get into it. I lie. Okay, so we're lying. The philosopher is like, authenticity is so important. It is, we say that. People feel ashamed. Well, sometimes there's a bully opportunity. So we're so afraid. What are we so afraid of? You know, I filter depending on how it's being received. Again, we are still filtering. This is all secrets. We're living one big secret. All of us together. We're in a freaking conspiracy together, keeping secrets. Well, no, give the right answer, the truth. People ask how you are. You're so fucking bad. No, I won't say that. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. People don't give a shit about others. Well, do people don't give a shit? Or I'm going to say it. Kelsey, do you not give a shit? Oh, hang on. I didn't read that properly. People don't give others a chance. Do you give others a chance? Let me ask that. I know that's a tough one. I'm being controversial, but you know I love you. We are obsessed with it. We want to resolve our and others' tension. Absolutely. But how do we do that? Yes, good point. We color the present with our previous experiences. Absolutely. I think people should be honest, and they can't handle it. It's on that. I think someone needs to go first. Who is going to go first? Judgment. I feel like a seeming. Checkout cashiers will never ask ever again. Isn't blaming it the other protecting it, or just a cop out for our own fear of being authentic and present? I think so. You know, I'm gonna see what else. Projection. Okay, nothing is real. It's illusion. Secrets. This is so good. Are you drunk? Not really. I do have some wine here though. These conversations. Go on. Hey Jess, maybe what's this? Maybe the secret, we are all too scared to be vulnerable. Maybe, but why are we scared? What are we so scared of? What is really going to happen if we share our deepest, darkest secrets? That's why I want to show this to you. All right. You ask me a question, I will answer it. I'll tell you, I want to see what actually comes up for me, because things do. So I just want to see. You ask me deep, 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 dark secrets. I just want to see what comes up. Gaslighting. Okay. Maybe we'll start there. Let's have a look. Maybe the fear of others knowing the pain in our past. Don't want to be seen as that. Maybe they want to come new to them. Maybe. There is no truth. That is, I agree. It's not true though, because there is no truth. Social rejection. It's biological. Okay. We all need to come out of the second. Own your own fucking light. We reveal the secrets. You've got shining on the machine. Okay. Scared of being judged. We will die. Do you hear how everyone here on this chat hate? We're a bunch of cowards. All of us scared of being judged. Are you still in love with the ex? Okay. Oh, that triggered me. Oh, Jennifer. Oh, you got me. All right, let's have a look. The answer is absolutely not. And here's a little secret I'll share with you about that. The secret is that right now, my ex-wife, who I was with for 13 years, and we were only married 3 months, absolutely hates me. Hates me. And I feel like, I don't just feel like it. I feel like I have hit my head up against a wall trying to have a workable relationship with her. And I have done course after course after course to do anything to have a workable communication with her, and I haven't. And the truth is, and here's my secret, that I go day in, day out having a successful career, relationships, and all sorts of things. But I would give all of it to have that relationship work. And I feel like that's always, always there. Now, when I say the relationship work, I just mean a relationship with my ex for our kids, right? So is that a secret? Sure, but I would share that with all of you because I know that this vulnerability, it's very real for me, is it doesn't matter what anyone says. I will never stop wanting that. And I know hate is a very strong word, Anastasia, but it's true. She hates me. And she's not my Achilles heel because I don't let any of it stop me. I'm here. I never have it stop, but nothing will compare to having the kind of relationship that I can say, this is what is going to make me proud to be a mum. Right? So I want to see people have these conversations. I want to see that become the new real conversation. I want to see that become the new checkout conversation. Hate actually happens. Yeah, it does. I have moments where I hate things. So let's try something else. What else that actually makes me want to cry? Yeah, it does make me want to cry sometimes. Sometimes I get really present to just how sad it is that I don't have that, even though I want it so much, right? Jane, you have to let that go because she still has the power while you let that go. I know, I do. Once you let that go, the dynamic will change. Maybe I don't really experience there's much of a power struggle. It's more that we just don't align. And that's okay. We're very different people. You know, potentially. I mean, I'm not saying I have the answers, but yeah, potentially. The vulnerability, honesty, owning your own shit means you have to sit in the tension. Most can't hack the tension, cannot deal with resolving the tension. They drink, eat, collude. So let's imagine, right? Surrender. I do love that. Ask me something else. I want you to get really, really, really like anything deep. Do you notice? I just want you to notice something, right? I'd like to call this out, and this is not a criticism of anyone. I just notice it, right? Is when I shared that with you about my ex, right? Everyone was like, have you tried this? Have you tried that? Do you understand why she hates you? This isn't a criticism. You need to let this go. You need to, there's no problem with that for me, right? But you notice how it's hard to actually be with, that maybe there are just situations right now that are going to take what they take. And it's like, I actually just sit with the sadness of that. Does it stop me? It doesn't mean that it doesn't, I don't want to have to hide that I'm sad. I don't want to have to hide that right now at some level that I have an ex that really does dislike me immensely. But you notice being with that kind of real rawness is hard without wanting to create a solution and fix it for me. So maybe that's what everyone's dealing with. The telling the truth means that you kind of have to be with all of this stuff coming back. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I'm just curious. What do you reckon? Why did you notice how much you needed to but what about we can find a solution together? We can deal with this. What if there is no solution? What if we live in a world where there just are 8 billion different ways to live, and we all just may not? There just may be people you never get along with no matter what. And some of them you might even have kids with, so you have to work out a way, you know? It's not over the change between you. The child will give up when you want to be different, accepting of what is. Yeah. I wasn't comfortable at all. I wasn't uncomfortable. Okay, good. I don't know. I'm just curious. I just noticed. Nothing to fix. There really isn't. You know, not only am I, you know, where do I go from here? It takes a lot of courage to sit with and embrace what comes up rather than moving quick. I agree. You know, I agree. What if we lived in a world where someone could say exactly that? How are you today? Because I know a lot of what people deal with because of what I do in my work. And when I really, really dig, there's sadness, there's upset, there's heartbreak, there's all the things. But people never get to say that. When you look at someone's anger, what's underneath that is real sadness. When you look at someone going, I'm fine, what's underneath that is a resignation they haven't fulfilled their dreams. So why is it we can't be with that? without having to like do something about it. Fix it, change it, give a solution, throw something at it. What is so uncomfortable for us? I love your realness. Let's have a look. And all the shop people tell you, do this, do that. What about the kids? I know, right? I've heard it all. So true. There's not always a solution. Maybe there will be one in the future, but why do we have to do the thing so much? I'm like, yes, Jodie Parker, someone who taught me about not having to do the thing all the time. You know, what if we could just sit with no solution for a while? No answers. What if we could allow people to just go through the things? Would we have less need to have secrets? I don't know. I'm just curious. Everything boo. Yes, thanks. Are you really okay with sitting in the sadness? And are you still in joy now after those comments? Yeah, I really am okay with sitting in sadness. I actually invite people to sit in sadness a lot more than we do. And I would say that if we did sit in sadness and really connected to our own sadness, that we would have a different world. There's a lot of sadness out there. You know how I know? Because there's a fuckload of anger. And underneath anger is always deep hurt and sadness that's not expressed. So maybe let's have a look. Honestly, let's have a look. Honestly, if people could sit with their emotions long enough, they might even befriend them. I know, you might even fall in love with them. You might even fall in love with them. Miss your face. Oh, you're talking to, you guys are having a conversation. Grief. That's our least consistent friend. You know, it doesn't happen. So let's think of something else. Like, what else do I want to hide? I want to hide that I'm scared daily. I wake up sometimes and I'm like, fuck, I own a business. That means it's fully on me. That scares me. Sometimes I just want to go to Byron and just like meditate all day and not have to deal with the life I created. With Steph, it doesn't happen that way. My poor daughter is dealing with and took him back and still dealing with it, and she's pregnant. Yeah, I know. And you know, Steph, I bet you can't tell people that. It's hard to watch what your daughter is going through. She's creating her own life, right? People go, how are you? And I'm like, I'm scared for my daughter. Why? And then you tell them and they're like, oh, solution. You're like, oh, sure, it's just so much easier not saying anything. I don't like thinking someone else is in pain when there's something I can do. What if, I don't know, I could be wrong here. It's just, I am just noticing this coming up, right? What if the best thing you can do is actually just listen and love people through this stuff, right? Lots of sexy stuff. Is 𝐓𝐇𝐄𝐌𝐄 here, is she? All right, let me just check. Let me go into my own page. Oh God. I can't see anything at the moment. Okay. So, I want to get into some deeper secrets here though, because we're just sort of touching on the kind of secrets that we hide because we always avoid. Just notice the hiding. Do you notice everyone on here gets this? So we're on like, hello, 𝐓𝐍𝐈𝐓𝐃. Do you notice we're possibly in a massive little conspiracy of all hiding and not saying anything? Yeah, be present for them. You're too funny. Thank you. Not all cultures hide stuff and emotions are the same way. I'd be really interested to find out what culture is not hiding anything. I really am. and I'd like to meet them and move there. I haven't met one. If anything, Australian culture is a lot more open than other cultures. But I think we are obsessed with fixing people's problems. Me included. I have to interrupt myself. I'm Mrs. Sorter-Outerer. I'll sort you out. Just talk to me about something. I'll sort it. Tell me. I'll sort you. Listen and love. Absolutely. I don't think I was raised to think like this. Accepting everything. Yeah, how do we do that? How do we do that? Earth is a fucking conspiracy. You're telling me. I absolutely agree. So you can rarely fix someone else's problems, support them in their own efforts. How many of you, when someone is about to do something, hey, Mime, when someone is about to do something that you've done yourself before, you try and tell them all the reasons why they should, oh my gosh, don't date that guy. It's going to suck. No. Why can't we just let people experience their own experience and learn what they learn? Why do we have to fix everyone's problems before they have the experience? I don't get it. One of my friends once came to me and said, I'm in love with this guy in Melbourne and I want to move down, and no one else agrees that I should go and be with him. He's cheated on me 4 times. We got married, then he divorced me, but I'm still in love with him and I want to go be with him and I think about him every day. And I'm like, go do it. Go move down. Quit your job, move down, do everything, go experience that, get it out of your system and see what happens and see what you learn. I told her to do that. I was coaching her. She went down, moved her whole family down. She was with it. She gave it everything. She found out he'd been lying to her about everything again. A whole bunch of stuff went down. She packed up her stuff, moved back, and to this day says it was the best thing she ever did because she got to live it out herself, get it out of her system, learn so many things, and now she can move on with her life and it's complete. So why do we want to rob people from those experiences? Did it hurt? Of course it did. Was she big enough to deal with it? Absolutely. I don't want to see someone else hurt. But I also get, Steph, that hurt is a part of life. And the more that we try to not experience it, the less that we won't play the games we really want in life. And the more we avoid playing the games we really want in life, the more we cut out the opportunity to really experience life. Don't waste my fucking oh my God, somebody give her a medal. You mean allow people to live their own life? I don't know. It's just an option. They're going to anyway. But why would I want my friend to sit there every night thinking about someone? Exactly. Our life is our experience. Now, maybe, I mean, just from hearing this conversation as we're going through it, right? Maybe we're all trying to experience life. We're all trying to get it right. We hide it from each other because we have these real things, real thoughts, real feelings. We hide it from each other because we don't think that we can tell everyone about what's really happening. And then as we don't do and don't share and don't experience life and expand our own thinking and creativity around situations, we don't take the actions we really want to take. We don't experience being fulfilled and lit up and a whole bunch of stuff. And then we go through life unsatisfied and unfulfilled. And then we wonder why. So we focus on money because we know that everyone thinks if you have a lot of money, you must be some sort of, accomplished person. We focus on all these things that do nothing for our life except allow us to feel empty. Is money, money is actually, does it really do anything? I mean, I don't know that I really like the money. I like the part where I go from here to here, and then maybe I get money at the end, maybe I don't, but it's the process, right? Isn't it? It's how intimate I get to be with each and every one of you that are even on this live right now. It's how much I get to share who I really are, or who I really am. You guys are definitely not asking me any deep questions here. I'm like, come on. I got so many more secrets in there I could share with you. Yes, Steph, do a bloody book on your life. Sarah McCall, but are these thoughts and feelings really real, or is this just the meaning we attach to them? That's a good question. Oh, let's go into that. By fucking ology. Trick question. Let's have more brains now. We don't have to fix people, no. Also, there's much deeper shit happening which you trivialize. Maybe. Are there? What am I trivializing? I could do a book on your life. You should. Just be a spiritually filthy, rich, embodied asshole. Oh, yeah. I love it. I've completely hid my lifestyle from my family. See, that sucks. That sucks. I really, I know there are situations, it's not just you. I know I've got friends who can't really be fully open as well. And it's like, okay, good question. Money doesn't make you happier. I'm going to come back to Sarah McCall's, and then I'm going on to Mark. Share us a secret, Mark Pope's. Money doesn't make you happier. Roof over your head or healthcare makes it fuckloads easier. It's very true. That is true. So Sarah McCall, are these thoughts and feelings really real, or is it just the meaning we attach to them? Look, from everything I've learned and everything I've done in the area of personal growth, as far as I can tell, nothing is going on out here. Nothing. It's all, this computer, this desk, this body, hair, all of it doesn't mean anything. Now, that doesn't mean that we don't have real experiences. And I am a big advocate of sharing this real experience that we have, not as the truth, but as something that really gets experienced. And I think the world would look very different if we were able to hear, see, and be with those experiences as just real experiences for each other. So I'd be interested in what you think about that, Sarah, but nothing is real. Nothing is real. That's why I'm like, this is why it'd be so good to just share it. Because it's like, it's not even real. Why can't we just talk about it? It's like, oh yeah, I feel really sad today. Oh, it's gone now. Life is a construct. Sure is. Good question, Sarah McCall. So where was his Mark Pope? What haven't I shared that gives me the most shame? Let me think about that. What gives me the most shame? You ready? It's interesting that you say this. It's all real. It's all real. It is. It's all real experience. What gives me the most shame is, here we go. What gives me the most shame, which I hide, is actually exploring and thinking about and sharing sexual desire. That is the most triggering and most shameful thing for me to think about. Shame isn't real, it's created. It is. However, what is real is that in the past, there's a whole lot of stuff. I mean, I grew up as a Mormon, so there's a whole lot of conversations and there's a whole lot of conditioning and there's a whole lot of stuff that actually gets put into my brain, has been put, it's not been physically put into my brain, but there's a lot of messaging and there's a lot of stuff that sort of comes up about that, right? So, yeah, that's something I experience the most shame around, particularly, I like to think it's as a woman, but yeah, it's what I experience the most shame around. Even talking about it, I was like, whoa, that was really triggering for me to even say. That's harsh. I don't share much with my family. Yeah, sure. Now you're talking about quantum mechanics. I love it, Kelsey. Both reality and shame isn't real, it's created. It's a real experience one has, but yes, like everything, it's not real. Are you afraid to completely fall in love and just let go? I think the answer to that one is just yes. I am afraid to completely fall in love and let go. 100%. I now that you've asked me that, it's like I've not met someone that has really honored me like the queen and the goddess that I experience myself as. I haven't met someone that has met me there and just wants to be with me. Yeah. Dude, that's tough. It is what it is. I don't know what else to say about that. Ditto. And I do experience sadness over that. So that's a good question. So you notice being able to share like this and being able to talk about this stuff is, I think a lot of people out there have these secrets, but they want to say these things. They just don't know how to say it without feeling like, I'm just saying this is my experience as well. I wonder whether it's because they feel like an idiot, they feel like a loser, they feel like if they say that, someone's going to think they're not, they're somehow deficient and there's something wrong. I mean, I haven't experienced that from someone. I really want to. That's why I'm taking a year to be on my own. But I don't think that makes me deficient. I think that makes me beautiful that I can share that. And I want others to be able to do that. Jennifer, it will happen. Maybe it won't. No secrets on other planets or galaxies. Maybe there is, I don't know. Thank you, Sally. Invigorating. Aren't we getting all significant? Are we? Or is it just that we don't like getting this real about it? I mean, I potentially did get a bit significant then because I experienced some sadness about it. But I actually think all of this humanity is what makes people beautiful. And I just want to see this world where we get to experience, share all of the things in a way that others can hear it. You're beautiful, Jen. Just, it's going to be They sure do, Kelsey. I don't necessarily look at life like I need the result to experience freedom and fulfillment and satisfaction. I get fulfillment and satisfaction just sharing it with you. And I really want to see a world where people get that kind of satisfaction, where you don't have to hide who you really are. You get seen for all of who you are, just not just the parts that you think people want to see. And you don't need drugs and alcohol to finally tell people these things about yourself. I have no secrets from my close friends, but I choose who I show myself to. That's not that I'm not real, but I have to earn glory of my unvarnished nakedness. I agree. I mean, that's pretty much where everyone is, Jane. And I'm not saying that. Where I'm standing is I just want to see a world where you get to fully be yourself. I mean, I stand for this. I have exactly these same conversations. This is going on LinkedIn. This is going on Instagram. This is going everywhere. I don't want to hide it. I create businesses at our social media school. We create businesses which stand for a full expression of self and creating, a sustainable and profitable business from that. It's proven. I mean, I'm demonstrating something here. And look, we got into my secrets and I just noticed it was me that shared the secrets, right? And I do get it's not easy to share secrets. And I need a new planet. And then we're like, okay, just toss this one, we'll get a new one. Rawness is pure beauty. But if we really truly believe that, we'd all be doing it, right? So it's not really seeing that said. I love it. Go for it. Thanks, Steph. I feel like there's a consequence for being open and vulnerable, and that's the reality of the world we live in it. But wouldn't it be nice? I agree. I do see it. And also I stand for something different. A world we stop naked, so nothing can be hidden. Potentially, I mean, I'm not saying that even everyone needs to be on board with it. Utopia would be where we're all happy, right? I don't want a world where we're all happy. I find that weird. But I want a world where people just get to be freaking human, not some weird normative version of robot we call human. And I think that if you have feelings for someone else or you want to have a sexual experience, that it would be great if you could just share that with your partner without this fear of losing the whole relationship. And I think that if you want, that's called the dark web. No, that is not the dark web. I think if you have thoughts about things, it'd be good to just explore them and go, it's just a thought. Like, this stuff isn't even real. We have this brain, we have this imagination. Wouldn't it be good? And I just imagine the kind of ideas and the kind of problems we could solve if we stopped hiding or thinking we need to hide stuff, and stripped. Yeah. Real, like the naked trees. That's the new planet. I feel like we're going somewhere now. It's like, oh, imagine a world. No, I'm not. Yep. Get to be real. Yes. So it is now 8:30. We've been going for an hour. And I just wanted to say thank you for exploring this topic. I don't really feel like we got much into your secrets. We started talking about governments and this, that, and the other. But when you really break it down, there's so many little ones that we keep from each other. And I'm inviting you to step out and actually have and share those secrets with other people. And really, take on having the courage to share those secrets with people, because they're it's your humanity. Hello, Alex T. Love. It's your humanity that makes you beautiful, and they are not things that you want to hide. So on that note, We're going to end here. Thank you for tuning in to episode 1 of Curiosity. We're going to do this every Monday night and have a really cool, fancy thing to explore that all the, yes, delicious, hey, that everyone wants to talk about and we never actually really explore. So if you think of a theme, please inbox me. If you want to reach out, please inbox me. You want to be a part of this, please have another one. I will. Thank you, Chantel. Thank you for everyone for tuning in. Love your work, guys. Thanks, Steph, Alex, Jane, Chantel, Steph, more Steph's, Trish, Jennifer. Who else did we have? Chloe. Everyone that did tune in. Thank you again. Until next week, have a great evening and take care. Love you guys.